All right, it's working? It's working. All right, good. Hello, I'm Garrett. I'm what a lot of people are calling today high-functioning autistic individuals, or Asperger's. I know, yes, the name made me laugh too when I first heard it as well. Anyways, what I'm about to do is basically a product of my pure boredom, and also apparently to get anywhere in the world nowadays, you got to make some sort of social media debut. So, hey, there you go. Ha. But I'm hoping that I can possibly clarify a couple of things that people are misunderstanding lately about the whole autistic thing. And if it looks like I'm reading off a computer, that's because it is. I need to have this, like, well, I don't need it to be, like, some of it I got memorized, but, well, anyways. So if it looks like I'll explain later. Anyways. Now, knowing the internet, someone out there is probably going to try to do their best to skew my words and make it seem offensive or whatever. But that's probably the number one thing that I need to tell you about when it comes to Aspie people. That's my plural definition for Asperger's. I don't know. But anyways, the way my head works is it's bad with words, as you've already noticed. It's also bad with people. Yet to get anywhere in life, you are going to have to utilize both of those skills in able to progress. So, problem is, before I say anything, I have to think about it, analyze it, double check for any offensive things that might portray to the situation. You say, what portray? That might relate to the situation. And only then can I verbally communicate with people properly in this world. Of course, that's not how life works. Everything is always on a fast pace-to-pace basis. People are expecting responses lickety-split. And unfortunately, when it comes to talking to people, my brain, at least, doesn't do that. So, the only time crap, nope, that's too far. So naturally, I have most of the time to say what I'm thinking right now, then and there. Anyways, my point is, the only time I've ever meant to... Oh, shit. Back it up. Okay. Now, people tend to be offended real easy nowadays. But another thing about Aspies that I would like to assume applies to others, Aspies, because, I mean, it'd be arrogant of me to say that all Asperger people are the same. I'm pretty sure they're all different. But anyways, sarcasm is something that goes over our head quite a bit. If it's not made extremely obvious, we're gonna not see it and we're gonna take it seriously. So vice versa, when Aspie people are being sarcastic or mean or trying to offend people, we tend to make it I tend to make it very, very obvious that I'm mad, obviously. But otherwise, when people get angry at things that I say, and like they think I'm trying to offend them, usually that's not the case at all. Usually it's just an observation, and you know what? The truth hurts. Second problem with the people. If anybody's ever watched the TV show House, love that show, I have to say that his perspective on people is the most accurate portrayal of my thoughts and feelings when it comes to human beings. As a kid, I trusted everybody. I was a good-natured, kind-hearted kid that would do whatever their parents say. I was the mama's boy. I'll admit it. Going to school, I wanted to make friends. But then the bullying starting. The bullying started, which confused me. What reason did they have to treat me this way? Why all the mean words? What did I do to deserve this? As I grew up, things didn't change much because school. And that's when I adapted the train of thought of putting people away into different groups. I have one group. Group one is family. The people that I trust with the utmost blah, blah, blah. Group two are my friends, though the very few I have, again, I trust them just as much as, a little bit less maybe, or just as much as my family. And then group three is everybody else. I don't care about everybody else. At that moment, of course. A person can easily get into group two, however. If a person just tries to approach you and talk to you because, well, I'm going to say it right out loud, we're kind of lonely. It's hard to get along with people. But anyways, just being approached by someone and having them ask us our interests is enough to get them in our friend book, so to speak, in our friend group. But, however, if a person from that group ever does something that feels like a betrayal, like, I don't know, I can't think of an example right now, but, if it ever feels like a friend betrays you, that's something Aspie people, well, at least I do. There's not really a second chance for that person to become our friend again. See, I keep on doing that. I keep on doing the blatant throw over the entire world, but ignore that. There would never be a second chance for that individual to become part of the second group, our friend group, because we've learned that they are not trustworthy, and so off they go. And referring back to House, I believe there's one of my favorite quotes he says is, "The basic truth of the human condition is that everybody lies. The only variable is about what." As an Aspie, I can say that probably most of us are very sensitive people, so being lied to is probably the worst thing you can do to anybody with Asperger. While most people can easily find people to click with, again, it's probably safe to assume that the total opposite for an Aspie. So when we consider a person to be our friend, being lied to can be very hurtful. I think the best example I have this is my ex-girlfriend. Luckily, this has a happy-ish, bittersweet ending. It has a bittersweet ending. Anyways, just like any other person, we want a relationship, but we might not be the most manly type of guy that you can find out there, but I can assure you that we are the type that are dedicated to those that we trust. We do not... Have you ever seen one of those... then again, this is the internet. Pretty sure you have. Have you ever seen one of those animes where it's like, "I trust my friends and I'll never back down," or something like that? That's about it. That's about how much dedication we give to our friends and family. We don't like the idea of betraying those that we've come to trust. Again, I'm saying we when I mean I. Anyways, I already said that. Okay. When people, remember when I said about sarcasm? Well, women tend to be very sarcastic. when they say they're okay, they are not. I've learned this the very hard way. Uh, but my first and last relationship, um, she said she was okay while she was with me, and I believed her. So I just kept on doing what I did. I just stayed in my routine because I was happy. I was happy. She was happy. Thus, everyone's happy. Yay, happy! But no, nobody was. No, well, I was happy, but she wasn't happy. 2 years went by. Believe it or not, it was about like a year later that she told me that she hated video games. Like, oh my god! But I was about to ask her to marry me after about 2 years, and then she broke the news to me that she didn't love me. And a normal person would probably, well, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure a normal person would react with sadness and confusion. And so naturally I was distraught. I didn't understand why she left me. But I had, years after she left, I had like personal paranoias screwing with my head, basically. Questions going through my head, going, she said she loved me, so why did she leave me? Did I not know that? Did I not show that I loved her enough in return? Did I do something to mess it up? When in fact, until I realized that she had actually lied about her love. I believe she was in a situation where she just needed someone to be there for her. And I was okay with that. Because people go through tough times and life happens. So anyways, after acknowledging this, we're practically friends still? No, well, we chat on Facebook, but that's about. She's got a husband, she's got kids. I'm happy for her. I mean, that was my biggest fear, was what if something happened to her and she's now even more miserable? That would have broken my heart, but she's happy, so hey, good for her. So believe it or not, we're still friends. Hell, I still love her, but I understand a relationship doesn't work one way. So gotta move on. Anyways, so us Aspies might seem like the strangest people you meet. And yeah, that's probably true. But just like anyone else, we want relationships, we want success. However, with our impossible, crippling social anxiety, I personally usually cover this up with constant jokes, personally. It's almost impossible. Another thing, here we go. Another thing that we probably need to make clear is that we would like to be. Damn it! There I go again, saying we. I don't want to do that. Anyways, the thing I wanted most growing up was just to be praised for my efforts. And these efforts were so much as like going out to a social meeting with the kids, like when I was in grade school, going to the parties and stuff like that. Because just being out and just going out there and talking to people still kind of is. Like, just going to the club and talking to people is almost as terrifying as skydiving. Because every time that we do go out, we forget our parachutes and hit the floor. So here I am now. I'm going to college because basically I've been playing games too long, and I realized I got to get somewhere in life. So how do I fix that, though? But another quote from House If you're not willing to look stupid, nothing great is ever going to happen.